Hello?
Hi, I'm returning your call to this number.
Christine Staple Ebanks, how
Hello?
are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
This is Sydney.
Oh, hi. Oh, I just came in and I saw a missed call and I'm like, whose number is this?
Yeah, you need
Hi,
to
I'm doing
lock that number in because we're trying to get a hold of you. Of course, Karen and I have been talking about the wonderful things you've been doing down there as well, so I know
Oh, wow.
I know this is a big weekend. I was calling to tell you Happy Easter for one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, and the same to you.
Yes. Did you do go through the traditions of the bun and cheese and everything?
Yeah, we did, but at my age, I'm having a lot less of the bun.
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I remember I went to a forum once to make a presentation, and it was a disability forum. And there were people and organizations from all across the island, and they were they were literally upset. Where are you located? What about us? And I have to be telling them, see, I'm not government. I set up where I am, just like how you can set up where you are.
Exactly.
I think, the model of what I'm doing, I'm praying that it will catch on. Because if you are over there and you are over there and you are over there and we each do this, then the service will extend. But we can't just sit down and expect people to hand them to us.
But you're now taking on a more, you're actually taking on a more, I want to say global presence now, through social media. Yeah.
Yes.
And you have people helping you in the U.S. and in other countries. So that, that is great. Part of the reason I wanted to talk with you this weekend, and Corinne knows, is you have a big expo coming up, and wanted to get more information about that. I know your peeps are there. She said you're gonna.
Yes, she's down here.
Yeah, and she said, did you go by the hotel already?
Yes, I did. I went by and saw her today.
Okay, great.
So there are queue of people waiting. So one group took her out when I was there. She left while we were there, and then there's somebody else who's taking her out this evening, and she had a whole group of persons. But she's going to be at the event for most of the days.
Well, I call her Cash. Right? I call her Cash.
No.
Well, how we come up with that? Kash. That's her initials.
I never saw that. I need to tell her to embrace it.
Yes.
Embrace it.
So we call her Lady Cash. We call her Lady Cash or Cash, And I guess I don't know. I guess it's just a JC thing where we always come up with nicknames or something to identify somebody. But funny enough, with Joan Andrea Hutchinson, when I spoke with her, I realized, her initials, and of course we start calling her Ja. So
that one has stuck, I think, because I've heard her make reference to herself that way as well.
Okay, good. So
I think it has stuck.
Yeah,
but it's so interesting that you say that, because a lot of the support that I now have through the foundation are Andrew's girls.
Great.
Years before us, Elaine Wint. She used to be Elaine Wint. Leslie used to be on JVC TV.
Yes, I remember.
Right, Elaine Wint. Right, she's now a strategic advisor on the board, and she's Andrew's girl, was head girl, I think, in 1979. And then she recruited for me a communications specialist, Jessica Jones. Jessica was in the United States for a long time, working communication for advocacy groups, and she's returned home last year, and she recruited Jessica in January, and Jessica is an Andrews girl as well. So,
excellent.
A lot of the support, and I'm saying, look at that, has been Andrew's girl.
Back up a minute, though. You're saying Elaine Wint was the head girl in 1979?
Yes.
That's amazing. I didn't know that. And my dear friend Tony Smith was head boy of JC in '79, so I didn't know they were of the same age. But so she got into broadcasting very soon after.
Yes.
After school.
Yes, she would help. Yeah, because I remember during the 80s on TV. She was on news and she was all over the place in media.
Definitely, yeah.
And so I just since move on, she does a lot of process development and, working with companies to transform their processes and that kind of re-engineering.
Excellent, excellent.
She's excellent at that, yeah.
Well, tell me more specifics now about what you... Give me some more specifics about what you plan to do this week. Your event starts on Wednesday, right?
We start on Wednesday, and so the event is a whole lot of firsts for us. It is the first. Well, to back up, the focus of this year is on giving children in particular with disabilities mobility access. Because a lot of them can't help themselves because we don't have wheelchairs, we don't have sidewalks, we don't have processes that facilitate and teach them how to become independent in the best way they can using a wheelchair. We don't have those processes in place. And so we have a lot of the children are now out in school, and I would say it's because of strong advocacy over the last 5 years, and that the advocacy came at the time when Jamaica was actualizing what the UN convention that we have ratified meant. And so the Ministry of Education under that and the Child Rights Act came into being, and it became illegal for children with disabilities not to be in school. So the foundation was laid, and then organizations like mine and others began to lobby for the children to be in school by providing training for the teachers so that they could learn what to do with the children in school. So coming out of that, we have a significantly higher number of children with disabilities in classrooms, but we're now finding complications coming forth because the teachers put them in the classroom, and the Jamaican model of learning is that you sit still and pay attention, and that don't work for any child, in particular a child with disability, because they have to move to learn. But the teachers don't touch them, they don't know what to do, and so the children, by just sitting down all day, it's creating health problems for them. They're developing pneumonia and all of that. And so this year the focus of the conference is on movement. And I found a group in California, I went to their training 2 years ago, who has created a curriculum that trains teachers how to help children move with physical disability, and most importantly, how to create opportunities for movement in the regular classroom day and at home. So, for instance, it is important for children to transition. If I'm sitting here and I need to go eat, this might not be where I eat. I may have to go to the dining room. So rather than just lift up the child and take them to the dining room, you see that as an opportunity to do movement. So what you do, you teach a child how to help you transition them by teaching them, we're going to get up and this is what you're going to do. We're going to stand because we're going to there so you can help me stand up, and this is what you do. And so in creating that opportunity, pretty soon the child will learn to anticipate that every time I'm going to move, this is what I do. And so you give them throughout the day opportunities to practice that movement. And the testimonials that have come back from the program, people have found that within the children are now able to assist in lifting, from the children are able to lift and stand up because they're getting opportunity as a repeat practice, allow them to learn how to do that, because sitting, standing, walking, we're discovering our skills that can be taught.
Yes.
And the difference with our children here not getting it is because they don't have the therapy consistently enough. You need to be doing it 3-4 hours a day, 5 days a week for us to see that kind of gain. So what this program does is allow the teacher to give some practice at school and allow the parent to do some practice at home, and so the child will get those 4 or 5 hours daily, and so you will begin to see improvements in the movement. So we're having that as a certification training 3 days. So we're having that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We start with the opening ceremony on Wednesday morning, and the Minister of Labor and Social Security, the Honorable Derek Elliott, bringing greetings because the event focuses on that portfolio portfolio. That portfolio is responsible for the disability sector, and the event was also endorsed by them and by the Jamaica Conference for Persons with Disability, who is also a partner putting on the event. And so he's coming to bring great things. And so, we're just very excited about what that is going to be.
Okay, great.
Then on Friday,
that's awesome.
Yes.
I am aware that
on Friday,
I am aware that this. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Yes, I was about to say, so on Friday, so that is those training. But we recognize each year that we really are about public education. And so one of the things I've always struggled with is how do I give the public access to this kind of information. And so in the past, I've paid company to come and videotape the information so that it could be broadcast, and they take the money and take the material and you don't see them again. So this year we decided to do a 2-day expo. And what that expo is doing is bringing together some of the main organizations that are supporting persons with disabilities, and particularly children. And in particular, a lot of people don't know what is here, because over the last 5 years we've had a lot of the younger generation who went away to study. They have come back and set up their practice, and I may know about them because somebody tell me, but the average person don't know. And so we're bringing together quite a few of them, and so over 2 days, the general public is invited to just come in and just learn what is available. So we have quite a few sessions that are going to run throughout the day. This is a bite-sized session to pass on tips and information and so on, so that persons can become more informed about options that are available to them. Because we still have the practice where it's either or, we either go to a doctor or, and we're saying no, that's not how it works anymore. All of you play a part, and the patient need to be educated so they know that you need some of this and some of that and some of that, and this is how you can mix it to get a better result. And so that's what we're going to be doing over the 2 days, just to share with them the different services and how it can help, so that they will now have more information. And of course, the expo is free to the public. So it's going to be 4 heavy days, but I am still looking forward to it, and so looking forward to the end of it, because I know that it will deliver major impact for the sector.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? At this point in time, I just want to say I'm really, really proud of what you're doing. Kudos to what you and your board, because of course you have a non-profit organization as well, Nathan Ebanks Foundation, that deals with this as well, right? Which is really what is spearheading all of this. So, it's great work. I must say that, it was almost 40 years ago that I was given a shock treatment, by my parents sending me to a school that was integrated with disabled children. And so, Jamaica is a place that this is something we need to, but they try to sweep under the rug as if it's not there, right? And I remember, this is Hope Valley Experimental. Do you know that school?
Okay, yes, they're going to be there.
I went there for 1 year before going to JC when my parents moved from where they were principal, right? And I want to tell you, at the time, it took some adjusting for me, because I wasn't exposed to that world before. But it's one of the best things that could have happened to me, because that thing taught me compassion. That thing taught me, I got a lot of lessons that I didn't get when I was 9 or 10 at the time. But looking back, and the years, my teenage years and stuff going through, it has really shaped my life. And to show the odds that those kids could overcome, it made you want to try more because of how much they gave, to be, they have so much potential that is overlooked.
Yes.
You know, I mean, these people could draw better than you with all your 5 fingers, and they're drawing with their toes. They could, they could get a, you know, they play games. So this is something that I'm really happy that someone like you is shedding light on, you know, because there are many types of disabilities, and they all need. I know that Jamaica is. This is almost 40 years ago, and we're still talking about being light years behind the rest of the world in terms of having handicap ramps, you know, parking, you know, and just more programs to incorporate children with disabilities. Not just the children, but it starts with the parents, of course, you know, giving them support, educating them, stuff like that. So this is really, really needed in Jamaica, and of course I'm here to do as much as I can to help you and your team, you know.
Yes, I appreciate that.